Good day. Welcome to Rap Party. We're here again. Visual, audio, all the mediums.
What is this?
We've been seen on everything. We're everywhere. You can't escape. Welcome to Rap Party.
Introduce us top 5, Ryan.
Top 5 US sitcoms. Yeah, we did UK sitcoms or British sitcoms, however you want to call it. We did that. And now we're doing the hopping across the big old pond. In a big old, across the waters.
Metaphorically, of course.
Metaphorically, we're not actually going
physically.
I mean, Sam can, but that's his prerogative. He just jumps across whenever he likes.
Not anymore.
I don't know. I don't know. He's got his ways.
I mean, there might not be a lockdown by tomorrow, but we'll see.
Let's
goes out.
Let's not play around with that fire. So yes, last time we did British sitcoms. Now we're doing US sitcoms. The rules, quite simple. We each list 6 sitcoms in 1 to 5 position and the number 1 mention. The points will be allocated 5 to the number 1 position, 1 to the number 5 position, and fill in the blanks. The honourable mention, everyone will get an honourable mention. If that honourable mention is mentioned in someone else's list, it gets 2 bonus points for every time it is mentioned. They are the basic rules. In terms of the criteria, we have literally Googled US sitcoms and looked at what came up. So it's going to be a wide variety because they've got a lot of different things.
As long as it's a half-hour length and it makes you laugh, I think we're going to be fairly...
As long as it's a comedy set in a situation.
Yeah. If it's funny, it counts.
Yep, that's pretty much always...
So we're going to be arguing with Sam quite a bit more, I reckon.
Probably.
No, I'd laugh at all of these.
But he's in person this time, so we can shout at him. Whereas before, we were shouting into the ether at him, listening to it. Now we're going to be shouting at him.
That's more fun.
Yeah, because you can say what you want. You don't have to look at his face as you say it.
Yeah.
So yes, that's what we're doing. 3 of us today.
Hello, I'm Sam.
Sam's here. David's here. I'm here. You can guess who's not here if you've listened to before. If you haven't, will never meet this person.
Well, you will.
No point referencing who they are because you don't know who they are if you've not listened before.
Yeah.
But you should listen.
You should listen. Yeah, go back, listen to all of it. It's like a year's worth of content. That'll keep you busy. That'll keep you going.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much content. Some of it of varying quality, but it's there. It's there and available for free.
Quantity, not quality these times.
We're not charging anything yet. So
premium.
yeah. So let's begin.
What would our premium content be?
I don't know. Well, we could in theory we could start a Patreon, but we'd have to put stuff on there to make people want to give us money. And I don't know what we put on there. We struggle to fill the episodes we try and do by ourselves.
If we were getting money in, I think we'd be more motivated.
True. But in the future, maybe down the line, Patreon is an option.
Yeah.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. And that would literally be money to feed back into. We wouldn't spend it on
it would
bills.
pay for our Patreon account, I think. Would be.
Yeah, it would. It would just. Yeah, and to host the podcast, which you have to pay £30 for a year. So. So yeah. Let's begin, shall we? This is all very inside stuff. David, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Your honourable mention, if you please.
My honourable mention is 30 Rock.
30 Rock.
Short for 30 Rockefeller Plaza.
I've been there twice.
Where the series takes place. Follows Tina Fey as she struggles to juggle all sorts of wicked, zany characters.
Yep.
Honestly, one of the most fun sitcoms, I think. Just in terms of character diversity.
Mm-hmm.
And lack of diversity, which is something that comes up a lot. Yeah. I think it took me until my 3rd watch through to realise what Toofer was all about.
Okay, yeah.
That was the realisation that's why his name's Toofer is ridiculous, and I love it. Have
you seen it, Sam?
No.
Not seen it. I think I saw the first series. I do that a lot. I think I've watched like most of the first series.
Okay, that doesn't.
I enjoyed it.
This doesn't bode well for 30 Rock getting bonus points.
Oh, no, it's not going to get But I thought the same about mine.
It is a wonderful sitcom.
Yeah, I enjoyed what I've seen. I've enjoyed. All the people involved are great, so there's no reason you shouldn't.
Yeah, I would recommend watching the rest of it. It's worth going through. I think one thing that I find difficult to do is the motivation to actually keep watching it.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny and you enjoy it, but
there's nothing to keep coming back.
Well, there's always other things where you're like, oh, but I really do want to get on that. Yeah. I don't think there's which is probably why it's only an honorable mention and not.
Yeah, it makes sense. That's a fair placement for that.
Yeah.
Sam, if you please.
My honorable mention is The Simpsons.
The Simpsons as an honourable mention.
That's an
That's
honourable mention.
I think that's tactics from Sam.
No, it's not.
Are you calling shenanigans on Sam?
I'm calling well, potentially it can only get 4 points. It's going to get less points than if you put it at number 1, so therefore it's not. But it'll get 4 points.
Yeah.
So my reason of why.
Go on. Because the latter half.
Well, mainly because I haven't watched any of it for like 10 years. If not longer. And so I haven't seen any of the HD content they've put out. The episodes I still only seem to watch are the old 4x3 stuff on Channel 4's on 6 p.m.
6 p.m. every week.
Yeah. I've yet to watch. Yeah, I've yet to watch any of its what I'd call HD when it went to 16:9. It seems, and
that's not HD. That's no 16:9.
Widescreen.
Oh, no, but
no. To be fair, when the quality bumped up.
Yeah,
I know what. Yeah,
I mean,
you say the
visual
quality,
up,
right? not creative quality. I meant how it looks.
Yeah, that's why I was umming and ahhing about that and changing that out for a different one on the list. But just because I haven't watched it that much.
Lower down on your list is because you haven't seen some of it.
I'd say the majority,
like 50%.
Yeah,
I'd say I haven't seen about 50% of it.
Yeah, and I could watch it. I've got Disney Plus.
Yeah,
I don't have any intention to kind of do a watch through.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Whereas
it's a lot. It's very daunting.
Stuff on my list, I would do a watch through.
You also have to face up to the prospect of getting less and less entertained by it as you go on.
Yeah.
It's always in the back of your mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That's a fair placement. Your reasoning is sound.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think I'll be more happy to accept it once I've heard the rest of his list.
True, yeah. It's just certain things are above this.
Don't know about that.
Possibility of me having some serious words with him.
I just get shouted at off screen.
No, on screen, Sam. We'll do it publicly. My turn. My honourable mention is Frasier.
That's fair.
I really like it. It's a bit. I know some people don't like it because it is a bit weird.
They find it weird because it comes from before their time.
No, as in they do jokes about Bartok and classical composers.
Yeah, before their time.
And that's why I like it. Admittedly, that's why I like it, but I can see that's why some people don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
They make jokes about souffle. It's a very odd, but it also makes jokes about just normal human interaction. And they're usually the funnier bits, is when he's actually just being, because Kelsey Grammer's just a funny guy.
Yeah,
he just.
I think a lot of people find it hard to relate.
Yeah, which I understand.
Yeah,
I can see that, but I really enjoy it. It's well written.
It is a good series
and well performed. A spin-off of Cheers, which was nearly in the list, but didn't make it. A spin-off above the original. That's unusual. But I think it's better.
And not the first time it'll happen.
No.
Might well be.
No, it won't happen again. But yeah, I don't expect it to get any more points, but I really like it. And I used to watch it I used to watch, instead of when I was younger, we come down in the morning. It used to always be in the morning for some reason on Channel 4. They just put episodes of Frasier on before TV started. as a child, I didn't come down and watch like CBBC. No, I watched Frasier.
An old man.
Because I was that kind of child. So yeah, it's got a bit of nostalgia on that because of that as well. So I remember eating my cereal watching Frasier.
Nice.
Lovely. David, your number 5.
My number 5. I'm really tempted to change it.
Ooh.
You can go to Sam first if you want thinking time.
Yeah, let's go Sam first. Just while
Sam, we're gonna let David have a little think. Sam, we're gonna come to you. Your number 5.
My number 5 is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
So
okay. Yeah.
Funny
solid
cop
choice.
show.
It is.
He's
It
safe.
was that.
He's safe from our wrath thus far.
No, that's so far that is fair. What do you like about it, Sam?
Does everything it set out?
It's in Brooklyn.
Yeah, he likes Brooklyn.
He loves Brooklyn.
He likes the number 99.
And he loves the number 99.
Yeah. It's funny. The acting's good. They haven't changed the intro since like season 1.
Yeah, because I'm not sure they can, because that intro's like become like a meme.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, Sam. Most intros don't change.
Yeah, The Simpsons. They changed theirs, but they only changed like once or twice.
Simpsons has a couple of changes.
Yeah, and that's been on for like 30 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, but like,
let's be honest. It's like it's very pilot intro. Usually shows like make a quick intro. And then make a better one when the show gets bigger. They've just kept it's very simple.
It's like, you can see how long ago they started.
Yeah, because they all look like younger.
Technology and how much younger they are.
Yeah.
No, it's a good show. I think I've watched most of it, apart from I think the most recent series I haven't watched. I've watched all of it up until the most recent.
Yeah,
that's only just come out, isn't it?
It's ongoing.
I'm currently on, so I haven't caught up with it yet. But other than that, I've watched all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all the performers in it are very funny alone, which is what you want from like an ensemble.
Very much so.
Thing. Who's your favourite character, Sam? Go on.
It's got to be Captain Holt.
Captain Holt is great. Captain Holt's Captain Holt's up there for me, but you got Terry. I really like. I can never remember the character's name. I only know the actress's name. Chelsea Peretti's character.
Gina.
I've always I liked Gina and Holt when they were to get like them as a duo.
Yeah.
I enjoyed a lot.
Yeah.
She wasn't in it for a bit, was she?
She's officially left now.
Yeah, she's officially left now, but I really like it.
I say officially. She's not in the show anymore. I don't know if it's official. She'll probably pop in for a couple.
Yeah, she might do. Yeah. But she's like her, and I'd heard of her before the show. Like I knew of her. I'd seen like her stand up and stuff. So she's a very fun lady.
Her slot in the intro sequence was replaced by Hitchcock and Scully.
Okay.
Is it?
In season 7 introductory sequence.
Okay.
So, but they share a thing together.
Oh, of course they do.
So that it doesn't interrupt the flow.
And a good supporting, like not the one-off characters, but sort of the characters that come in for a bit. Like,
they're wonderful.
Jason Mantzousek's character, the one that Thingy marries. Again, names. I know all the actors' names.
It's the characters' names now.
But I can't remember characters' names. And like Craig Thompson as well. I can't remember his character name either. But I know the actor name. But it's a good show. Well written, well performed. Lovely.
But
David,
Sam, who's your favourite character?
He said
we never
Terry.
found out.
He said Terry.
Terry. Oh, did he say Terry?
Fair point. Solid choice.
Solid choice. Okay, I'm sticking to my original.
Okay.
My number 5 is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Sunny. I'm just going to put Sunny because I'm not writing all of that out.
Are you going to remember what that means?
Yes. No, I'm going to say Sunny with a Chance, the hot Disney Channel TV show. That's what I'm going to go with. Which I know off my fucking head.
Brilliant. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Very funny. Takes a while to get into. That's why it's not higher on my list. It is not welcoming to newcomers. Okay. I think you really have to devote yourself to a couple of seasons before you really get it. Once you get it consistently good over 14 seasons, which is even like a new season came out last year, still really good. Very little development. And then when a development happens, it's like, yeah, that's the thing. And then they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like, they don't change because of their developments. It just happens. Yeah, really good. Really good show. I don't want to talk too much about it because people who haven't seen it aren't going to know what's... If you like it, you know why you like it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's a solid argument for anything, really.
That's very true. I'll go into it for a little bit if you want, or we can...
I go into it however little or as much as you want, David.
It might
I'm not gonna, because I have little to no opinion about it, other than I didn't really enjoy it. So I'm not gonna.
How much of it have you seen?
I think I did the first series.
See, there's a substantial bump in quality in the second series.
Everyone I've spoken to about this says that.
That's when. Well, that's okay, all right, but that's when Danny DeVito comes along.
Yeah,
and he adds. I mean, his character is just rich. Mm-hmm. Which means that they now have money to do things.
Yeah.
And I think that opens up a few more possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There are some really good moments. Charlie Day's great. I think he should be in more things. But then I watch Pacific Rim and I'm like, should he be in more things?
No, it shouldn't be in those. It should be in other, like, sitcoms, not big budget action movies with giant robots.
Yeah. Lego Movie was good.
Yeah,
good at that.
True.
But he has like one word of dialogue. So
it's not.
Yeah, no, good show. I enjoy it, and I think over the other one that I was looking at, it's probably got better craft.
Okay, what was it? What is it? One out of interest?
The Good Place.
Okay.
Which is the same creator as Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did not know that.
One of the same creators.
There's some crossover there. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Which I probably prefer personally, but I do think that It's Always Sunny's better, and that's why I've got this.
All right then, that's the issue.
Internal battle.
Trying to be objective or not, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Good Place just speaks to me more, but I can always watch it. It's always I can watch them both.
Yeah. Well, they're only top 5, so you got to imagine you can pretty much watch them whenever you want and not. Yeah. Exactly. That's what the minimum requirement is. You can watch them.
Yeah, I think if I'm and consistency as well, because the Good Place has got some stinky seasons.
Yeah,
not stinky, but dips in quality.
Yeah,
and then an absolute belter of a finale. But a belter of a finale does not make up for a 12.
Not always. Not always. So
we'll see. Anyway, that's my number 5. I mean, I made a choice and I'm happy with it.
Fine. That's all we ask. You be honest with yourself, David.
I am.
My number 5 is How I Met Your Mother, the popular situation comedy about 5 people living in an apartment in New York who go to downstairs and drink stuff.
They live in different apartments.
They do live in but there's one main apartment.
They live in the same apartment, right?
They don't, to be fair. It's because before we were talking about this before and discussing the unfair comparisons that people make between this and Friends, which I don't think are founded, really.
Yeah, but it is basically a carbon copy of Friends, though, isn't it?
Don't do it, David. Don't, because beforehand, you know what you said. I know what you said beforehand. Don't do it just to cause an issue.
It's not. It's not. How I Met Your Mother uses an entirely different framing device to tell the story.
Yeah, I mean, the title is the whole sort of premise.
Yeah.
It's really good. I think the characters are all funnier. I don't want to compare it to Friends. I'm going to stop that. The characters are funny. I really like them. Jason Segel's just one of my favourites. Callum used to think I'm like Jason Segel. I don't know why.
Perhaps in stature.
I look a vaguely.
You're
like
both fairly tall and beefy.
Yeah, and we're both like puppets.
Yeah, okay.
And then Neil Patrick Harris is just brilliant.
He is an icon.
He's great. He is great. And the other 3 were, I mean, Alison Hannigan had a career before she'd been in Buffy and American Pie. She'd been around. And the other 2 were the lead, Josh Radnor / Deb Mosby, was a relative unknown
Yeah, I'd
Like,
argue
compared.
is.
I mean, yeah,
What's
he's
he
done
done
he's
apart
he's
from
done a
How to
lot
Your-
of he's done a lot of indie films. Is basically what he's done.
Okay.
He's directed quite a lot of indie films as well. I think he's gone more behind the scenes than he's gone in front of the scenes. Although my girlfriend was watching ER the other day, he was in an episode of that, so he's been around
Yeah, but
for a
who
while.
isn't? Come on.
That's true. Every time we watch through ER, we're like, oh look, it's them. Like Ewan McGregor
there's
is in
so
an early
much
episode of ER.
There's so
It's
much
mad.
ER. Eventually, you're going to go through every American actor.
Pretty much. What was I saying? Yeah,
You're
so
talking about-
I think
you're talking
it's
about what everyone's done since How I Met Your Mother.
yeah, true, yeah. But I think I really like the writing. I like there's a lot of cutbacks and cut forwards of like not flashbacks, but like the editing's a lot better because they didn't film it in front of it. It looks like it, and there's laughter on it, but it's not filmed in front of a studio audience. It's done just on a closed set.
Yeah.
But it's made to look like it's done like a traditional sitcom, which is kind of strange. But yeah, I really like it. I really like the characters. I enjoyed the character's journey. A lot of people have issues with the end. I don't have that much issues with the ending. I think it was a perfectly sound ending.
About the original ending or the better ending that they released afterwards.
Carry on, David.
Well, no, they received so much fan backlash that they created an alternate ending, which just
What was the alternate ending?
They cut out all the bits that people didn't like.
Oh.
It just ended. It ended with him and the mother. I can't remember if she died or not.
Yeah, she dies.
No, I mean in the alternate ending.
Oh, she doesn't die in the alternate ending.
I think they just end when they get together.
What's the fucking point?
I'm not sure.
What's the point? That means the whole point that he's telling his kids about it is null and void. Outrageous.
I can't remember.
Outrageous.
Right? I can't remember. The mother might have died. Well, they cut out the whole bit that they filmed with the kids around season 2 or whatever. So the whole him getting back, and I don't want to spoil it for people who don't. You know what? Everyone knows.
No, I'm going to defend the ending because I like the ending. So the ending, the original ending, Ted, the woman he meets, the mother, the title character,
the person that the show is supposed to be all about, go on,
dies quite a long way away, like good 20 years into the future.
Mm-hmm.
They've had 2 kids. They've raised their kids are like teenagers now. They've been together. She dies of a horrific illness. Yeah, she dies. Ted then is telling his kids about how they met, because I think that's probably something you do if one of the if your partner died, you'd want to tell the kids about your life together, because you probably didn't do that up until that point. Fair enough. So that's how the whole series is set.
You would like to tell your kids about your life with their mother, not the years preceding it.
To be fair, they have to fill a lot of time with we still need to make a TV show, so we need to, But it's how I met your mother, not our life together. But then the thing is, he's telling that story.
I mean, he tells the story basically like Grandpa from The Simpsons.
Yeah,
just wandering off.
The reason he's telling that story is he's asking them in a roundabout way. He's saying, "Do you mind if I go and just sleep with the girl that I wanted to sleep beforehand?" That's the premise. He's basically asking permission to move on from his dead wife. Mm-hmm. That's the premise.
Yeah,
which I appreciate.
If that was the real premise, why do they make such a big thing about who the mother is?
Because that's how it works. That's how life works, David.
That's not a good response.
That's how life works. This is why I like the ending, because it gives the ending of How I Met Your Mother gives all scope into how life can end relationship-wise. Every version of it is covered. Mm-hmm. So you've got Marshall and Lily, who were married from the beginning, had some ups and downs, but now have a family, are together. Lovely. You then had Robin and Barney, who got married, but got divorced. Didn't work out for whatever reason. They had to get divorced. And then you had Ted and his partner, and one of them died. They're the 3 ways that relationships can go. No matter what happens, they're the 3 ways relationships can end. They're the only options you've got. You stay together, you break up, one of you dies. That's why I like the ending, because it gives like a ray of this is how life is going to be for you.
Yeah, but
in
none
one
of
of
the
these
stuff
ways
you've talked about is what fans don't like.
Let me get to it.
The fans are very happy with those three.
And I like the
three
fact
partners.
that
That's
Ted
brilliant.
then goes back to Robin because it shows that there is a life after love. To quote Cher.
Yeah.
There is a life. I believe there is a life after
basically
love.
Ted horny and you like that. That
Not horny, because I think him and then Robin probably then go on to have quite a nice relationship. I don't know. They never explore that. It's left to the imagination. You know what? If not, Ted, get your rocks off. You deserve it, mate. Your wife died. Fair enough. I think people were looking for the sitcom ending. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but that is the sitcom ending.
Exactly. And then they thought you weren't going to get that, and then you did, and then you didn't, and I like it. I was happy about the ending. I would defend it until the end.
Okay.
I think it was a realistic ending, despite it being very cliched.
Oh yeah, realistic. Men are notoriously bad at getting over past others.
Exactly.
I think perhaps I'd be more on board with it if the show hadn't portrayed it as quite so wonderful.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an American sitcom. There's always that sprinkle of.
I think the trouble is,
joy.
I get what you're saying, but I don't think the show portrayed it that way. It very much felt like Robin was who he's meant to be with.
Yeah, but that's true. Sometimes you live a whole life with someone and then realise you never loved them. That happens, don't you? That happens. The sad truth, that happens. You can have kids and a family with someone. Turns out you didn't give a shit. That happens.
Okay, this isn't.
But
we're not going to resolve it.
Humans are capable of loving more than one person at once.
Yeah, no, I know that. We're not. What
I'm saying is Ted is a flawed character, and I appreciate that.
Ooh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. He does disreputable things.
Oh, he really does.
That you wouldn't agree with, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that because I do disreputable things. That's me.
You see
I make awful life choices. Okay.
Oh, you marry the wrong person. Yeah.
Exactly. I haven't married anyone yet, but
yeah,
I might.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I won't, but I might. Who's to say? Life is a mystery that none of us can control. Sometimes you get the sitcom ending, sometimes you don't. Sometimes
you sound like the inane ramblings of somebody who knows he's lost an argument.
How dare you?
Sleeping on the couch.
I like the ending. I didn't love the ending. I just liked it.
Yeah.
It could have been better, but I didn't have a.
Don't get me wrong.
Angry.
Don't get me wrong. I understand it, but I think fans.
Yeah, but fans don't know shit.
No, I think you realise. I think Star Wars has proven that.
Exactly. Fandom opinion. You know what makes it worse is that they bent to it. The fact they bent to fan opinion, I don't like when anyone does that.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate that. Just stick by your convictions. You made an ending people didn't like. Fucking just go with it. Don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
That probably annoyed me more, and hence why I get angry about it. When I probably shouldn't. It's a fucking sitcom with a moderate ending that was average. Like, fuck, get over it.
The trouble with the ending is it's very rushed. If that's what they wanted to do, they've rushed it.
No, I agree with that.
If they wanted to show that side of it, the life after meeting.
Yeah. Then
they rushed it, and
I agree with. It was a good idea that was poorly executed.
Yeah.
That will be middle ground there, David. Middle ground.
Yeah. I mean, quite honestly, I don't know what annoys me and other fans so much about it. To be like, I know that something's wrong with it, but it's very hard to
pinpoint. Which is very hard to argue back at because I don't know what the exact problem with it is either.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know what's so good about not having that ending because if you take it away, it's a very bland and boring ending.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know. It's a fucking mess. But the show up to that point, really loved it.
Yeah. Okay.
Brilliant.
If this is how much we're arguing about our number 5 picks, I hate to see.
It's a thing that I've been passionate about since it happened because I remember at the time I spent far too much time responding to comments on various internet things. So
I hope you've learnt your lesson about that.
I have. I've never done it again. There's
no point.
No, it's I was young. It was what? It was like 2012? No. 2014?
14, 15.
2014, 15. So I was young.
Yeah.
Foolish. At university, I had fuck all else to do.
That's a fair point, yeah.
So let's go.
Right.
Moving on.
Number 4,
please, David.
Mine.
Sam.
All right, I'll take it. It's fine.
Okay.
I don't want to spark any more arguments. My number 4 is Friends.
Okay.
The superior show about guys who live in each other's apartments.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I don't dislike Friends. I just don't love it that much.
I absolutely love How I Met Your Mother, but I don't. It doesn't make the list for me.
That's fair enough.
I mean, like, you know, you can tell by how much I'm like questioning other choices that I had a lot of trouble narrowing it down to 5 and an honorable mention.
Yeah.
So, Friends is quintessential. I think it's nostalgic for so many people. When I was a child, I railed against Friends hard because of how popular it was. I assumed that I just wouldn't enjoy it. I'm like, no, I don't like popular things.
I will turn it.
Then I watched it and I laughed, and my mother went, "Ha! You do!"
Dickhead.
Shut up, Mum. I'm trying to watch Friends.
And you're sat there as a 9-year-old, like, what? Shut up, Mum.
I was older than
No,
that,
I know.
But yeah,
It's the comic effect.
It was a wonderful show, and I absolutely loved it. And I haven't looked back, and I'm not ashamed to admit that I used to think that I'd hate it. I don't want to shy away from the fact that I used to be that.
Past. You shouldn't regret that.
Yeah,
embrace it. It's part of you.
I like to boast about how much I've developed as a person. But...
Brilliant, so humble.
Friends is fantastic.
Yeah, it's well done.
It's not the best sitcom by any stretch.
Well, it's number 4.
Sorry,
it's number 4, so it can't be.
But yeah, exactly. I thought you said something about Channel 4.
No.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But it coasted by so well on how its main characters had chemistry.
Yeah.
Each character had chemistry with each other character, and there are very few sitcoms where every single character could happily interact with one of the others, and you get great comedy.
There are a few. Isn't there, in the earlier seasons, there were a few, like, once they realised that some characters hadn't been together, they sort of made a joke out of the fact that the characters hadn't been together. I distinctly remember.
Not obviously so.
Like, isn't there only like a few episodes where, like, Chandler and Phoebe do something together? Or, like, alone, anyway.
There's a joke in Community about...
Oh, okay, that's what I'm
Phoebe.
remembering.
That might be where you're thinking about.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
there's character combinations they use more often.
There's one point where one of the characters is like, "See, this is why we don't hang out."
Yeah.
And you do get that, but then
they were aware of it.
They spend great episodes together.
Yeah, and usually it's not just two people. There's usually like, there's usually like a few of them involved in each storyline. It's not like there's just
they'll pair them off and send them off in different directions,
and then someone will jump between the two throughout it, and
Yeah.
No, it's a good show, well made, no complaints.
I like to heavily defend Friends against recent criticism that millennials.
Oh, fuck them though. Fuck millennials. Even though I'm technically one,
it's very racist and homophobic, isn't it?
Yeah. Christ. Try and watch stuff from the 70s and then get back to us, all right?
I think, yeah.
If you've got a problem with Friends,
they're getting jokes out because they're making jokes about the fact that they're gay, and I'm like, yeah, and they're hilarious.
They're well-written jokes.
It's like, there's one that's like, I got Susan some hers and hers towels. That's not even homophobic. That's hilarious.
That's just a kind thing to do. Why would you get him and her? That would make no sense.
But it's hers and hers because
they're both women.
It'd
be more offensive to get them him and her towels.
Yeah, well, and I sort of, when I first heard these complaints, I was like, really? And I was like, you know what? I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I haven't watched it in a while. I rewatched it. Couldn't find a single joke that I even felt remotely bothered by. Occasionally, I was just like, oh, maybe that's what they're going on about. But there's worse stuff in the world.
Yeah, there's more things to be angry about than a sitcom that's slightly dated if you try.
Yeah.
But of course it's dated. It was made in the past.
Yeah.
That's how things work.
Yeah.
Time moves forward. You may have heard of it. It moves linear in one direction. Well, depending on what theory but generally. Yeah, no, that annoyed me as well. Even though, depending on what website you use, I think I might be a millennial, but I don't know. Depends what dates you stick by.
Quite honestly, the definition of millennial
is a whiny little bitch who needs to shut the fuck
Yeah, I think it's become
There's like 50-year-old millennials who are whine little bitches and need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I think the media uses it to mean one thing, whereas its actual definition is like
a very different thing.
85 and 94, I think.
Yeah.
It's something like that.
Yeah, it changes depending on how you ask and by what definitions you use. So it's
bollocks.
It's bollocks.
It's anybody who's young and wrecking the economy with choices that are different to the previous generation.
It's just another way of dividing people. Is all it is.
Like how dare you have changed?
Yeah, God forbid you progress.
Yeah.
Oh, who brought you up? Awful.
Yeah. Who raised you? You did, man. Fuck off.
Right. Moving on.
We got deep. I can't open this pen. There we go. Go.
4.
Yes.
Arrested Development.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. Funny.
Very funny.
I'm surprised you've even watched that, Sam.
I know. It's not something I expect you to.
What's going on?
Really let down by Netflix.
Yeah.
It's good fun, great jokes that still hold up.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch it multiple times and it's still
you still love it.
You
There's
notice
new stuff
things
to
as
find
well.
on each rewatch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is what's really good about it.
Great laugh.
I think.
Yeah.
You like Development, do you, Sam?
Well, you can't like
Development
because it's arrested and it doesn't move. That's the point. They don't develop. That's the whole point of the show. The development is arrested. None of the characters change.
Yeah.
Well, they do, but they end up in the same situation.
I'm not sure they do.
Michael changes a little bit.
He gets worse, actually.
Yeah, exactly. He becomes more like the rest of them. That's still a development. It can be negative.
Very good.
Some great.
I don't think Sam's got any more to say.
No, I mean I could speak for about more, but we'll save that for a couple of terms later, shall we?
Yeah. I'd just say it's good, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Yeah, we can talk about it later, Sam.
Yeah.
My number 4.
Yep.
Is Scrubs.
Good. I'm glad
I like
Scrubs. Scrubs is great.
It's a good show. Ignore season 9. Don't even fucking. I bought the box set and then immediately threw out season 9. I threw it in the bin. I didn't even bother to rewatch it.
Season
throw
9,
it away.
Season 9 feels like
a spin-off.
A teenager new to YouTube is making a wicked new show that's partially inspired by Scrubs.
Yeah,
he somehow got budget and returning characters.
I don't consider it even part of. I just don't count it. It doesn't count. Don't even consider it. It ends at the end of series 8, and then you move on. Because the end of series 8 is really fucking good. The ending is brilliant.
Yeah, it is good for 9. Good fun.
I cried. Really funny. Everyone in it's good. I love that it's got an equal parts funny, and it also will break you down occasionally. And also out of respect, recently, one of the actors died. Ted.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who I found out was Christopher Lloyd's nephew. Mad.
Oh.
Yeah, he's Christopher Lloyd's nephew. I can't remember his name now, which is pretty bad because he's died. I'm trying to pay respect to the man. I can't remember his fucking name. Something Lloyd. John? No. Something Lloyd. He played Ted, the accountant, and barbershop quartet singer. Sam Lloyd.
Sam Lloyd. Yeah.
Sam Lloyd. Great cast. Equal parts funny, but also can cut you down when it needs to. Yeah. I think it just in the fact that it's set in a hospital, like that's going to happen because people die in hospitals.
Yeah, it makes it funny, but it doesn't ignore.
No, it doesn't brush away the tragedy at all. I
found that there were a few episodes that were a really good criticism of the American healthcare system.
Yeah, that was also good.
Like those bits are the bits that hit harder to me because I'm just like, that's actually happening.
Fuck yeah!
There are
really
Bob
gets you.
Kelsos out there.
There are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the dynamic because I'm not a massive fan of medical dramas because I can't deal with looking at like disgusting, gross stuff.
Yeah.
I hate medical like gore, which makes it weird. Like I could watch someone's head get chopped off with a chainsaw because I know that doesn't really happen. Heart bypasses happen on a regular basis. And
So
they could
like,
happen to me. Therefore, I don't like them.
If you accidentally flick over to casualty while you're channel hopping, you're just like, no.
Don't like it because it's realistic, and I don't like it because that could be me. I don't want that to be me.
Yeah.
It's born out of fear more than anything else. Whereas a maniac in a chainsaw, I'm like, that's not going to happen. That is beyond my existence.
Oh, are you waiting for it?
I mean, yeah, I'm proven wrong one day.
Now that you said that.
But they don't really cover any of that in, like, it's very few times you see any actual blood because I think they tried to remove that.
Like the first episode is like him trying to use a needle or something.
Yeah, that's as much as it gets in terms of like body stuff. And it's just interesting to see like the life of a doctor from like beginning to, well, not beginning, but from internship all the way up to.
It's nice to see that progression.
Yeah, which you see in a lot of medical dramas, but dealt with it in a comic frame is a bit more interesting. Like, as in, you could watch ER follows a very similar trajectory. In terms of it starts with junior doctors and building the way up, but very much more serious.
Slightly less amusing though.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scrubs really funny.
Panic as well, like wacky and
like weird.
One of the first shows that properly introduced some surrealism into.
Yeah, it gets a bit weird.
An otherwise normal setting. There are a lot of surreal comedies beforehand. Yeah, but no, they actually blended it quite so
into the quite a serious setting.
Yeah,
like the musical episode where that woman comes in and sees everything as musicals, which is a great episode.
I don't know why, but one of my favourite moments is when they start playing Space Invaders by lobbing water balloons off.
Yeah, that's good. They get all
it's such a weird moment. It doesn't bear any impact on the episode. It's just a weird sight gag that I love.
Yeah. There's some real heart-wrenching. Like I think the end's quite sad, but the Brendan Fraser episodes with I can't remember his name. Oh Christ, it's gonna piss me off. Dr. Cox. It's his brother-in-law, isn't it? Who he's really good friends with. Yeah. And there's an episode where he's there the whole time, but the episode's building up to his funeral, and then you realise it's his, and you're like, oh shit! What the fuck? You putting the rug under? Fuck you, bastard!
It's another classic rug pull.
It was a rug pull, and it was I'm impressed because it's Brendan Fraser. He's so damn likable. But yeah, I really like it. It's funny.
No,
I need to stop. I need to stop closing the pen. There you go. I'm just not going to put the lid back on from now on. Number 3, please, David.
My number 3. Hold on. Community.
Yay!
I think we all knew that was going to be coming up at some point.
Yep.
Classic nerdy favourite.
Yep.
Oh shit!
What have you done?
Oh, I've forgotten about one, but that's.
It always happens. Welcome to my world, David. Welcome to my world.
I can't put it in there now. I have to work around it. I'll admit that I've forgotten it at the end.
Oh, I fucked up.
Have you also forgotten one?
No, Scrubs is my number 3.
Oh.
I read it in the wrong order.
Okay.
Scrubs is number 3.
All right.
I'll do my number 4 when we come back around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, back to your number 3 though, David.
Community, fantastic show.
Yes, brilliant.
Really
well written.
Really good.
Just
subversive. I love a good bit of subversion.
I love it. I love being subverted.
It's
all over the shop.
Yeah. We talked earlier about Scrubs being occasionally wacky. I think this took that concept, dialed it up somewhat. Yep,
it did.
But
also very aware of it. They're aware of their wackiness. They're constantly pointing out, what the fuck are we doing? Like, it's constantly...
The creation of Abed as a character is probably one of the most genius pulls in any point, because he knows TV so well, and that's how he understands the world.
Yeah.
And he uses that to frame episodes.
So he's like the gateway into that world.
Exactly. And No.
If you like other film
I think-
television,
I
you'll
think
like
what I
Community.
want to say about Community is that there are a lot of shows that try and be kooky in the same way, and I don't
Yeah.
think they understand quite why Community works, and they don't.
Yeah,
And the main reason is whenever Community does a wacky episode, they use it to function character development.
Yeah, they don't just do it for the sake of it.
There's a reason that it's amped up to this level.
Yeah,
yes, it's hilarious, but there's always a reason. There's always a way to make an interesting insight into a character in a new way.
Yeah, a prime example being the first Christmas episode.
Yeah,
Our Beds.
that's not the first Christmas episode.
It's a second Christmas episode. Sorry, first one's the fight.
Yeah, the first Jeff's fight.
I love that one. It's also a great episode with Michael C. Hall in it, who's mad.
Yeah,
mental. Yeah. First time I watched it, I didn't because he looks very different from what he looked in Breakfast Club. But yeah. Whereas like they're in our claymation world, but the whole point is that Arbid's had something of a breakdown.
Yeah,
because his mum's not coming for Christmas. Which is, if you were to line that up as a storyline for like an emotional Hallmark movie, like someone has a breakdown because his mother won't come in for Christmas. That's like a drama.
Yeah.
But they frame it in such a way that it creates, this weird whimsical world. But yeah, I think Community is a show for people who love shows.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, if you like TV, you'll like Community.
Yeah.
If you like films, you'll like Community. It's one of those films that it's made for people who like the wider thing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Very political as well.
And they do get because they all have
I think the biggest theme, politics-wise, is the criticism of politics.
Yeah,
like
they do.
Every political viewpoint is chucked around, mocked. Religion, everything mocked, but the general,
everything's mocked.
Just be nice to people.
Yeah, like because they mock nearly every religion.
Yeah,
and every political view. They pretty much cover all bases, so they're sort of neutral.
And then the end of the episode is, wow, arguing about politics and religion was really pointless.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow,
pretty much.
What a waste of time.
Yeah.
Let's be friends.
Yeah, essentially.
Fine. One of my favourite moments is there's an episode where Pierce's mum dies.
Yeah.
And he wholeheartedly believes that she's been reincarnated or her life essence is stored in a lava lamp.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Her vapors.
And Jeff spends the entire episode trying to convince him that that's not true.
And then he finally realises he doesn't need to. Yeah.
But my favourite moment is at the very end of that episode, Jeff makes a joke just like, oh, we've all got to die sometime. And then he goes, no offense, Pierce. And Pierce immediately just says, oh, believe what you want. It's a free country. And it's like, you've been mocking him all this time.
Yeah.
And he's perfectly happy for you to have your own belief.
And that's pretty much,
really important to note, really.
Yeah.
Just good moments like that. It's a cleverly written show that doesn't take sides. Just mocks everyone.
And it doesn't, you end up thinking about stuff and you don't realise you thought about it.
Mm.
It's very subtle with the way it injects deeper things.
No, definitely.
But also makes just outlandish jokes about them at the same time.
Yeah, well.
Like some of them are quite close to the edge. Some of them are a little they're on the line. Some of them, but they're on the line enough that it's not bad. It's you know the point of it. It's not being controversial or shocky for any real reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's making light of those things constantly,
Definitely.
which is good. An excellent show. One of my absolute faves.
Yeah, a bit of a dip later on, but that's.
But that's made
you could say that about
to,
most of the shows on these lists.
Stuff. Yeah.
So I'm not going to hold it against it. I've rated these shows by the highest of the highs.
Yeah, instead of looking.
That's how I've done it. Community's had an absolutely awful fourth season.
Yeah,
but I'm not holding that against it. I'm saying,
and again, that was mainly due to background businessy decisions, which you can't really blame the show for.
It still impacts the show as a whole. I'm just saying I'm ignoring it. I'm saying I take the show at its best times.
Yeah, and it's still got some banging episodes in series 4. There's still some good ones in there. They're enjoyable. So
I'm struggling to remember.
If I name some, because I can't really struggle. I struggle to think of when episodes sometimes happen.
Yeah,
but there are some good ones.
Yeah, I would probably I would remember those things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right then.
Okay, moving on.
Sam, number 3, please.
Isn't it yours?
No, it's mine. Oh yeah, fuck.
No,
it's your. No, it's your one.
What?
It's yours. Do your number 3, Sam. Just
haven't you done? Didn't you miss your number 4?
Yeah, but I'm gonna go back and do it.
Oh,
I've done my number 3, so I'm gonna do my number 4 at the end.
Oh, right, yeah.
So just carry on.
Futurama. Yeah, the better one of Matt Groening.
Well, that's definitely. Most people would disagree with you on there, including people in charge of the studios that they produce.
It's not their list.
Fair point.
They go by ratings.
Yeah, true.
Income, not quality. So.
Yeah, no, it's good fun. Hilarious. That gets cancelled like 500 times, and they make a joke about it every time it gets cancelled. It's a bit of a wild ball though, because you've got TV shows, you've got film episodes, then you've got TV shows again, and then it just kind of ends all over the place to watch. But great, really funny. I managed to keep watching it, whereas I didn't manage to keep watching The Simpsons.
Fair enough.
So for me, Futurama is one of the few shows that consistently and excellently uses its concept to explore modern day issues.
Yeah.
That's why Futurama works so well for me, because everything that happens, even though it's 1,000 years in the future, is very, very relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah, it's funny, it's sad. You know, it's a whole. It's not really just a sitcom. It's a whole show.
It's just all round. It covers all bases.
It covers all bases.
It's got spaceships. It's got aliens. It's got different aliens. It's got snoo. It's got all kinds of things. One of my favourite episodes.
It's one of my all-time favourite pilot episodes as well.
Yeah. It's a solid pilot.
Yeah. It's a really good setup.
Yeah,
welcome to the world of tomorrow. It is a good pilot. It is good. Anything more to say, Sam?
No.
Wonderful. Right, my number 4 is The Simpsons.
Okay.
Just let you know. Don't need to.
Do you want to add anything else to it that hasn't been said?
I think the reason the reason I got confused is because I swapped these after I heard Sam say things, and I sort of agreed with him. You swayed me, Sam. You swayed me. So I bumped Simpsons down a bit for that reason.
What was it that Sam said that made Simpsons?
In that I haven't watched maybe 50% of it, so I thought I can't hold a stronger opinion. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because all the other series on this, I've seen all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it felt unfair.
I mean, I've already said that I'm judging it based on the highs.
Yeah, and you can.
Yeah.
You can do that if you want to do it.
I can.
I feel bad if I'm only judging something on half its work.
Yeah.
It's like get in a car and going, well, the front half's great, but then you look at the back half and it's missing the back half.
It's not a car. That's just two wheels.
Yeah, but because you've only seen the front half.
Yeah, but the function of a car is to drive.
Without the back,
unless
it's front wheel drive, and that way it will just scrape along the floor.
It's an awful metaphor, but yeah,
really bad metaphor, Sam.
I got what you meant, sort of.
It's like looking at
way.
A glass of beer, but not drinking the beer.
What?
The metaphor before was better, Sam. The car metaphor stood up better than whatever that was.
I don't know.
What do you mean, a glass of beer but not drinking a beer?
Well, if you look at it,
so don't. You know what, Sam? You know what you need to say? Don't judge a book by its cover. Is what you mean?
That's what I'm looking for.
That's the one with the really famous metaphor. Fine.
Don't judge a beer by its label.
There we don't judge a beer by its label. It's the. Oh Christ! Brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Simpsons, great.
Okay.
Must be great for it to be on so long.
Yeah.
Even though people hate on it, clearly people still watch it.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it still wouldn't be on television, would it?
Yeah.
Although they probably make most of their money off like merchandise.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. But they sell Bart like a motherfucker. You know how many video games Bart Simpson had by himself? Not Simpsons video
right.
games, just Bart Simpson games.
Yeah.
There were like 20, just Bart. And they were mainly awful, but they were just.
Were there cameo appearances by other Simpsons?
I think, yeah, he thought they were mainly platformers where he just beat up Krusty or whatever. Like, they were just generic nonsense. Yeah, they were weird. No, they were fucking weird. There's a Krusty fucking game as well.
Yeah.
Solo Krusty the Clown Game Boy game.
I used to have a game on the Game Boy. It was Simpsons Road Rage, and I was like, "Oh, maybe that's a bit like Hit and Run." It's not.
No, it's like Crazy Taxi.
You drive around town picking up people and dropping them off.
It's Crazy Taxi, but Simpsons.
Yeah, you have to remember what each person likes and dislikes. So they might like hitting people or hitting objects.
Yeah,
and that would get you a better score and a better tip.
Yeah,
great. Oh, it was great.
So that game got sued.
What, really?
Yeah, for being too similar to Crazy Taxi. It was the same premise. So it got sued. I think they settled out of court in the end, but it did get sued.
Yeah.
But yeah, Simpsons, a staple, well written, bit patchy, but a series that runs 30 years, you can't expect it not to be a bit patchy. I don't think. Yeah. I think it'd be unfair to say it can't be. Like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So yeah. Lovely. Right, now it's your number 2, David.
The Simpsons.
Yeah! There we go.
Simpsons is a fantastic sitcom, and it would not have gone on so long if it didn't have such a strong base.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's so long because people watch it, clearly.
Yeah. And the fact that I've watched less than half of it doesn't mean I don't still think it's the second best sitcom of US origin.
True.
Like, it doesn't affect how much I think of it. The fact that I haven't seen any of it, the later series. I know they're not as good, but you've got, like, most sitcoms don't last 30 years.
Exactly.
Like, what other sitcoms have we got on our list that are anywhere near that? You know?
None.
Yeah, no, Community, 6, Friends, 10. It's Always Sunny, 14, 30 Rock, 7. Like, none of them are even getting half as
14's the highest, and that's half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know, I mean, I think, there are 14 pretty decent seasons of The Simpsons, I would argue.
Oh, yeah, I'd say at least half.
I don't know when it starts dropping off.
No, people like try and put a point on it, but I'm sure there's great episodes throughout.
Yeah, and there are some boring ones in the first 10 seasons that people can't really say are the best.
Exactly. I think people are a bit unfair in its judgment.
Yeah, it's one thing is Simpsons. You know what? No, Simpsons does have some emotional moments as well. Wasn't it?
Of course, it really does.
Oh,
yeah.
The first episode's emotional.
Is it?
Yeah, it's them. It's how they get Santa's little helper, and it's a little bit sad.
Yeah.
Okay, if you say
so.
So
It's not sad, but it's sort of like, they're sort of down because like they're outside in the car park and he runs up. It's like a happy moment, It's not.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
The moments are constantly driven by like family dynamics, and that
definitely
by its definition is always going to be emotionally charged in some way because families are. So there's always that.
Yeah, I think people generally judge The Simpsons based, like they say it starts getting bad when things start getting a bit wackier, and the storylines go a bit out there. Like there's an episode where Homer makes a film with Mel Gibson or something like that, and that, like you're really starting to push it. Yeah, but credibility, but also it's amusing to see these things happen.
Yeah,
like George Bush living in across the street. Look,
it's crazy.
Arguably, that's a great episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really enjoy The Simpsons.
I think Simpsons are sort of they're their own worst enemy, and that their popularity has caused them to have to sort of pander or do things they wouldn't normally do. And
I think I think trying to churn out 24 original ideas after 30 years of having to do other people doing the same.
Yeah, you're gonna have to stretch a little bit.
Yeah,
pretty much done everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like you say, they don't want to end it because merch.
Yeah, money.
It's a staple of culture now.
Exactly.
A lot of people have nostalgia for The Simpsons. Just like, Simpsons was on BBC Two, like all the time. Things like that.
I remember watching it on Channel 4 at 6:00.
Yeah.
It would be on. That's what I'd watch like during dinner or just after dinner. Or
it was
I watched it.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Channel 4.
What was on BBC Two?
Lots of things have been on BBC Two, David.
A lot, yeah. Top Gear.
Yeah, Top Gear's on BBC Two.
I don't think I watched Top Gear over dinner.
Okay.
I'll be a very different person today if I'd done that.
But I've got a lot of nostalgia.
We're doing the Rat Party Top 5 Cars podcast.
Top 5 cars.
Next
We
week.
could do film cars, just not possibly.
That's probably more of a best and worst.
Yeah. I think we've already done that actually. Probably.
I think we
Rings
did
a bell.
trains.
We did do trains.
Yeah. Anyway. That's my number 2. I don't want to talk too much. We've talked about The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Sam's running out of good sitcoms.
True.
What his
Eventually. Number 2, please, Sam.
Number 2 is Parks and Rec.
Okay.
It's
that one's the
comedy.
closest for me.
Huh?
That one's the closest to me being outrageous about The Simpsons. It's like, you just get away with it.
Okay.
Just.
That's good.
You get away with it because it's good.
Yeah.
It's a perfectly fine sitcom.
But
I can accept that you'd find it funny.
Yeah, I can see why you'd enjoy it. It's not
the
like
number of other good sitcoms that you've now admitted to liking and seeing that you've placed it higher than. That's where it gets a bit dicey.
Yeah.
But you know what? You have an
others.
opportunity to defend your heinous choices, Sam. Tell us why you like Parks and Rec so much.
Well, it was when Chris Pratt was actually funny.
Is he not funny anymore?
Oh, he's
Nah.
I'd argue
Jurassic.
But he's also not in comedy shows anymore, Sam. So you can't really hit on him for not being as funny.
He's funny in Guardians, and then I think it's just Jurassic World.
But Jurassic World isn't a laugh about fucking knockabout comedy, is it? It's about dinosaurs.
Almost as if him being funny is somehow related to the script that he's reading.
Yeah, imagine.
But he tries to be funny in Jurassic World and fails miserably.
But a lot of things tried to happen in Jurassic World that failed miserably. It's not he's not alone in that.
Yeah. I think the argument that Parks and Rec is better than all the other things because Chris Pratt was funnier in that than he is in Jurassic World.
It's not
holding up to mustard, Sam. No. So I'm going to give you a chance.
I think all the actors are just fantastic in it.
That's better. You're getting better to an argument here.
Yeah.
They all felt like their characters.
Good. That's good. So you're saying it's well cast?
Yeah, well cast.
Yeah, they embody their characters rather than reading script. That's
that's good.
Yeah. Like you see them in other stuff, and you're like, what? That's not who they are.
Okay, they embody the character well. Okay.
Yeah, it's very well written. The jokes are just hilarious. Even the ones that aren't written, like their improv between the characters is great. They just seem to all get on. Some shows actors are very stiff acting with certain other actors, whereas they're all mixing.
Seem like they have a nice time. They seem like they have a nice time behind the scenes.
Yeah, seem like they're having fun while doing a job, and that adds.
And it's reflected in the show itself.
Yeah.
Good. I've not seen a lot. I think I've seen 2 series.
I've
definitely seen more than one. I think I might have seen 2 or 3.
I've seen 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
It's
good. It's funny.
I didn't get on board with it, and I had other things to do.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
I never went back to it.
There's some good episodes.
Audrey Plaza in it is.
Audrey Plaza is very good. She's always funny.
Did you say Audrey?
Aubrey. Is it Aubrey?
It's Aubrey, yeah.
It's Aubrey. It's Aubrey. Oh, very similar names. He said it, and then I thought it was right, so I went with it. Which I should never do in the future.
Just confidence.
Yeah, so say it confidently. It's fine. Yeah, Aubrey Plaza's
called me out. I nearly got away with that.
And then Amy Poehler's always. Everyone in it is funny, which is what you want. It's it's in the mockumentary style. There's definitely influence taken from The Office, and it's also set in like a work environment, so it's got
in an office,
in an office space. So yeah, it sort of does have that about it. So you could level that sort of accusation at it. But I think
that does take me back to a promise I made you when we did the UK sitcoms. I am watching The Office.
Good.
It's I'm enjoying it more this time than I did the first time.
Okay.
So I will carry on with it.
Okay.
I think I've seen 3 episodes.
Okay.
I just watched the one with the quiz.
Oh yeah, that is...
I fucking hate everything that happens in it.
Yeah.
But it feels quite real.
Yeah, it does. It really does. That one hits home.
That's brutal.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. I think Ryan, your number 2.
Yes, my number 2 is. I need to stop closing this fucking pen.
That's good. I see you close the pen again.
Right, I'm going to put the lid over there. Right. My number 2 is Arrested Development.
Ooh.
Because I really like it.
Well,
it's funny, really funny, exceptionally well written to the point that I don't think it was written by a human being. I think it may have been written by a genius comedy computer.
Some of the jokes are so.
I gave a scripting AI 100 hours of sitcoms, and this is
because it's like meticulous in its writing almost.
Very much so.
Like it's so exact, and sometimes you get a payoff for a joke 2 seasons later, which I don't have the time to even think about doing that. That's insane. Like it's constantly. I don't know how to explain it. It's just the writing. It's consistently funny. It may not be laugh out loud funny all the time, but there is a joke every minute, I'd say, in some form.
Easily.
Whether it's like just a throwaway line or a visual gag happening in the back, there's always something funny happening, like consistently. And
I think you might I think this might be what you're trying to get at, is that it feels like people have put effort into it.
Oh, certainly.
I think a lot of sitcoms feel like they can get away with writing a bunch of random jokes, throwing them in, and just like as long as it's funny, they're happy with it.
Yeah.
And I think funny is a very low bar for Arrested Development.
Yeah, like
the
jokes.
They want to hit much more than just being funny.
Yeah.
They put a lot of thought into it.
And the jokes lead on to each other. It's not like you hear a joke and then another, like the jokes build to more jokes that build to jokes that connect to more jokes. That it's a constant build up of, and sometimes the episodes end in like a big climactic joke. Sort of the whole episode leading up to a big misunderstanding of some kind. Yeah. But there's also jokes all the way along the way.
Yeah.
Like there's the one, I'm trying to think of an example.
What, a long running one?
Or an episode where like everything's happening and all culminates in one. There's loads of long running jokes.
Banana stand is probably the most.
The banana stand is probably the longest running joke.
There's always money in the banana stand.
Yeah, but there's the one where he's trying to be Mike. It's in the first series, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He picks up a Mexican woman thinking it's his mother's maid because he's trying to prove that he's not a bad person.
Yeah,
but inadvertently,
he mistakes somebody for his mother's
racist and thinks it's just and then she thinks she's being murdered.
Yeah,
and then he ends up going to the wetlands where again I know an actor's name but can't remember a character's name. Lindsay, not Portia.
Portia de Rossi.
Yeah. She's there, and then they like miss each other, and she's trying to prove she's a better person by picking up trash.
Actually helping the
yeah. I mean, it's basically the show is a group of very despicable people trying to
prove to each other that
they're not despicable, but they by doing that become more and more despicable.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that.
Yeah, they like a lot of the time they just can't put the effort.
No, not at all.
They try and cheat being good people.
Yeah,
and it's hilarious. It's great.
Yeah. It's an excellent written show.
Cool.
Let's go. Move on.
Okay.
Number 1, please, David.
I mean, I would move on, but we can't move on that far. My number was Arrested Development.
There it is.
Wow.
It is by far my favourite sitcom of all time. I can't think of a single show I'd happily go back and rewatch as many times as I do this one. It's like it. I think we mentioned it earlier when Sam was talking about it, but you can go back, watch it again, and there will be a new joke that you didn't see last time. Even if it's your 10th or 11th run through, something will happen. You'll be like, hey, that's a joke. That's a new joke. I love it. And that's how densely packed and how layered the comedy in it is. And I don't think any other sitcom has put this much effort in. Community comes close. They put, I think, but their effort is more on the production design.
Yeah.
And that's great. But Arrested Development, I can feel it. We haven't really talked much about the Netflix continuation of Arrested Development.
True. Because there is an element of, it tinges it a tad.
A tad. See, I really...
Season 4, I really like.
I got a soft spot for season 5 as well.
Okay, season 5 I can't really
specifically remember. The latter half. The latter half sort of pulls things together quite nicely, and there are good, amusing moments. But I think the fact that it wasn't tethered to a specific length or a studio actually detrimented it. I think they were allowed to do whatever zany things they wanted. And it sometimes went off the rails because they weren't tethered to a length or a format. And I think that's what might have gone wrong with 5.
Yeah.
Season 4 is a really interesting look.
Yeah. I prefer the reshuffle.
I wasn't as big a fan of the reshuffle. But I think
as someone who's not seen the show before, a reshuffle is a better way to watch it. I think. If it's your first watch through, I think the reshuffle is a better way to.
Yeah.
I like what they did with the original setup in that they sort of deal with each character individually. Yeah. I like that. But I think it's easier to get in the reshuffle.
Yes, it's easier to work out what's right.
Easier to follow.
You have to be you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't pay attention these days.
Yeah.
That's a real shame.
So Netflix generation.
Yes. Ironically so, yeah. No, I really like the original cut of season 4.
No, I like both.
I think it's worth it. I think my issue with the reshuffle is that the quality is still not as good as the original 3 seasons.
Yeah.
So if you watch the reshuffle, you'll be like, oh, it's not as good. Yeah. And you don't have that connection to the experiment that they were doing or anything like that.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
And season 5 is fine. I'm glad that they gave it.
Yeah, I can't now. I can't conjure up any. I mean, I've only watched it the once. That's probably why that I can't conjure up any moments or specific things.
The Guilty Guys is my favorite running joke from season 5.
Oh, okay, that rings.
In the final part, they hire a bunch of lawyers nicknamed the Guilty Guys.
Okay, yeah, that rings the bell.
Top shot lawyers. And there's an end gag on each episode where they're just like, and they finally proved that it wasn't somebody who'd been dead for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like that. And then the payoff is that the Guilty Guys always say guilty.
Yeah.
On the stand. And it's just like the amount of effort they put in to their crusade just to have this massive payoff that they've done nothing to help is truly magnificent. By far my favorite moment of season 5.
Yeah. I think my favorite sort of sequence of episodes is probably the Mr. F.
Yeah.
Bit. I fucking love Mr. F saga is fucking brilliant. And Charlize Theron fucking smashes it. Like,
oh, she does. Yeah.
In a weird roundabout way.
Yeah.
She does a slightly questionable British accent. Not, but I think they almost told her to do it too much.
I think it's deliberate.
Yeah, I think they definitely said
because
she's South African.
She makes a joke about it later on,
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I hate all these British movies. They can never get the accent right.
Yeah. They're aware.
Yeah.
I think that whole bit, it's a good 4 or 5 episodes, I think, where that sort of runs over, where he meets her and then they nearly get married and she walks on water. I fucking love that bit.
That's not my trick, Michael.
Yeah, he's like, what? Yeah. But that's a case of where we know something the characters don't. There's a lot of dramatic irony in Arrested Development where we know a whole bunch and the characters know nothing. Us as the audience know a lot. And are waiting for the characters to realise it and have that moment of, oh, fuck.
I've made a huge mistake.
Yeah, literally. We're always waiting for that moment, and the anticipation adds to that.
Yeah.
Blue Man Group joke.
The Blue Man Group's great.
Great.
Running alongside the Never Nude situation.
Oh, David Cross is so
David Cross. I mean, because one of the funniest men on earth.
Yeah. Just,
Yeah, there's little sort of... And Steve Holt. I love
the joke he makes in a lot of his stand-up where everyone's like, oh, people come across me and like, oh, it's Tobias. And he's like, I'm more than that.
Yeah.
I'm like...
I was also in San Andreas. Fuck you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so many, the running gags are good. And sometimes some sitcoms aren't good. Running gags seem a little bit lazy. But with Arrested Development, the running gags are the little rewards for watching the show.
See, Arrested Development doesn't have running gags as much as it is layers of setup.
Yeah,
that's why it works so well.
Yeah,
I think it every joke, they'll give a joke and it'll be funny, but instead of a recurring joke, they'll add to it.
Yeah, the joke comes back in a different way.
They'll make more layers. They'll do something new with it.
Yeah,
and it never gets lazy.
It's when I can't remember her name, but ironically I can't remember her name because it's George Michael's girlfriend, who no one can remember.
Anne.
And Anne, that's the one. But they always say a slightly different name.
It's Anne, plant, egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also some of the things. It's such a show that's in my life so much is that I reference it in my everyday life.
Yeah.
Whenever we're cooking with onion, we just go onion, onion, constantly just say that when we're cooking with onion, even though that's not the joke. It just sounds a bit like what he says.
Yeah.
And Lucille, I love where Buster's hand gets bitten off.
Yeah.
He's just they're shouting Lucille, as in loose seal, not Lucille.
That bit is so awful.
It's so dreadful. I'm like, they've really constructed such a weird moment, but it works in a strange, beautiful. And Rob Lobler.
I mean, that's huge. That's foreshadowing more than a running gag. But there's so much leading up to it.
There is.
You rewatch it, you're just like, oh yeah, because he's going to lose his hand. That's funny.
And who's the private eye guy? Gene Parmesan, who just keeps turning up and then she just screams every time.
That happens in one episode.
Yeah, I know, but
in the original 3 series.
But it's such a good joke. Just, every time he just takes her hat off.
I thought he was that guy.
Yeah, but that bit's great.
It just looks really awkward and
they do the loop. Yeah, they do the twist. But yeah, it's really good. It's such a good show.
Yeah,
I could talk about it.
And that's why it's my number 1.
Yeah, I can see why. Hence why it's my number 2.
Talking about it makes me miss watching it.
Yeah, and I'd like to watch it. I'd love to watch it again for the first time. I hate that I've watched it.
Should we do that?
I want to watch it again.
We were talking about streaming earlier. Should we just live stream us
watching Arrested Development? I'm up.
I'm up for it.
Sam,
you can join us too, Sam. We kind of left you out of this.
Yeah, it's on his list as well. We've all got it on our list.
It's on his list. I was very surprised. I had to contain my excitement that it was going to be on so many points. Yeah. Sam, what did you think was 4 places better than Arrested Development?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
You know what? That's fair enough.
It's just great. Well, apart from I think season 13 was a bit, but
what weirdly specific scene? Just that one.
Well, no, it's like and then I think it's season 13 that has the finale. That
It has a
is
mental
very
finale that's like
Okay.
so out there.
yeah.
But it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's funny, hilarious. Just it makes me laugh.
You know, when Ryan
It's
and I
such-
talk about Arrested Development, you can hear passion in our voice.
I'm
sure
not
I've
just
ever heard
thinking
any
about
amount
like
of.
episodes. I think I probably rewatch it every year, and then if each year is another series, and it's like it's not in the sense I'm not like watching going 14 seasons. I'm now like I could rewatch Always Sunny this year, and I've got 14 seasons, and I'll be sad when it ends. Waiting for like the 15th season to come out or something. It's something I can just have on in the background and just kind of look, not even look, just listen and know exactly what's happening, all the gags and all that. It's just hilarious. Danny
Like an old
DeVito.
friend, like coming home.
Yeah, well, better than that, you know.
Better than coming home. Wow.
Like an old
A TV
cat.
show is better than being in a home. Better than feeling safe.
I think what's good about what you're saying there, Sam, is that there's a very consistent tone throughout. It doesn't change at all, and that way you can always put it on, and you'll always be comfortable, even though what's being shown is very uncomfortable. It's you know what you're in for, and it's.
I feel like recently as well they've been trying to do more than just laughs. I feel like the last couple of seasons they've been having.
Well, the finale of 13 definitely.
Yeah, even 14 was a bit like
My
and
favorite
then
episode in 14 is the one where Charlie does a murder mystery noir.
yes, just out of nowhere, just a murder mystery. Noir. Why have they done this? We don't know. They don't explain it. You think, maybe they'll like mention it at some point, and then they never mention it again and stuff like that. You've got a fact.
You're expecting the Community style call out of what they're doing, but they don't bother with that. They're like, you're smart enough to know what's going on. Here you go.
The 2 episodes, hilarious. The latest one, just I think they've really done a great job at their writing. Seeing that, there's only like 3 of them that write it. They're just getting better and better over time. And that's hard to say for something that's been running for so long.
Yeah, I think.
Sorry, I was doing some maths
what you're saying about it getting. What you said about it getting better and better is actually quite interesting, because I think, whereas the previous series, they're just focusing on being funny with these characters. I think they're working a lot more recently with thematic things. So they'll actually think about what they're writing rather than just creating some funny jokes. They'll actually try and have some sort of weird, twisted point.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you'll get an episode where they just fuck about for a bit, and that's wonderful. But they'll also throw in an episode where they do some interesting debate.
Yeah.
Like the one where they become a test audience for Thundergun 4 or whatever. What's it called? Thunder Road?
Yeah, Thundergun, isn't it?
Thundergun 4, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Which is pretty much just
and they're just like, what's going on with this? And it's like, why isn't it R-rated? What's going on? It's really good. I love these episodes where some random person, it's their job to talk to these guys.
Yes.
Because that's always funny.
Yeah. Because they're awful people that don't exist in the real world. You know, they're
not really. No.
They're the worst of people. You know, the worst of people is what they are. Like Dee trying to be an actor, all she does is racist stereotypes. But they get away with it.
Yeah, they get away with it. White. That's what.
Yeah. They seem to care about it and still have new things to write about.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, The Simpsons, by the sounds of it, people think they don't have new things to write about. Which is a shame. But, yeah, no, it's just great. I could watch it right now.
You could. The beauty of the internet.
Yeah.
You could watch anything right now. It's incredible.
Not anything.
Yeah.
We got a lot though.
You can't watch No Time to Die right now.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
You can't. That you can't watch. But no one can. So you're not missing out.
There are people out there whose job it is to watch it.
True, but that's very different. They're not watching it. They're working on it. It's like they're probably fucking sick of it.
Yeah. When it announced that it was getting pushed back, these people were just like, "Oh, not more,
more time to fucking do it." Right.
That poor editor.
No more time to die. I'd like to fucking die. I'd like to die right now. Bastard.
But there's no time.
There's no time to do it. What do you mean there's no time? You've got 4 more months, you prick. Right. Yeah.
All right. Final one, Ryan. Number 1. I'm intrigued.
Community.
That's fair. Yeah. Okay.
Fucking love that show. Currently rewatching it. Watched it, I think, 10 times all the way through from series 1 to 6. Got it on DVD. Listened to the audio commentaries to go to sleep. I love it. I got T-shirts. I've got my phone case is community. My phone case. Look, my phone case is the table with little props on it and signifying all the characters. They've got bagels. There's a bag of bagels. And then there's the cards from the Cowboy Paintboy episode. And you got Jeff's phone. You got Annie's planner. You got a Bible for Shirley. I can't see what that is. Pierce's pills when he's high on pills and sees Andy Dick in a spaceship. We got and Troy's cookie that he tries to eat for an entire episode.
My relationship with Abed's a giant cookie.
Why has no one taken this? He just right. I love it. I've got a Troy and Arbed in the morning mug, which is over there and I can't be asked to get, but I've got it. I've put money into this show.
If you went over there, you could also pick up the lid to your pen.
But the lid to the pen's closer. The kitchen's further away.
Well, it's long.
I can't be asked. But I've got it. Troy and Arbed in the morning is a fictional TV show that doesn't actually happen, but one of the best things in the show. Yeah, I fucking love it.
See, that's passion, Sam.
I've got a
That's
phone
what
case.
I'm talking about.
Have you got a Sunny Side of your phone case?
No, but I thought about buying their towels.
Of course you have.
Yeah.
They have a set of towels where it's just their
in his defense, I don't have an Arrested Development phone case. So.
I mean, what would you get? I'm trying to think of a good phone case you could get for just
Banana stand.
That'd work.
You know what? I do have one thing. Hold on.
Oh, it's gone.
But yeah. And exciting community news. Today.
Now.
There has been already in the past. There has been a Zoom read through of the episodes with a reunion of all the cast.
Aren't they working?
Apart from Chevy Chase, because that happened.
Aren't they working on a film?
No, the film it's always been because 6 seasons of a movie, Sam, which is a running gag also in the show.
Yeah.
Originally about the TV show The Cape.
Like a day ago.
There's rumours about movie like every year. There's a rumour.
But
the rumour's getting bigger now because it's back on Netflix and it's picked up a lot of ground.
I mean, the rumor is just perpetrated because people ask the actors about it.
Yeah.
And they're not, and the news is they didn't deny it.
Yeah.
They didn't say no. That's not a rumor. That's them not shutting things down because they know it's a better soundbite.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
watched more than like 5 episodes of it.
The first present my now wife.
There we go. There we go.
Probably banana.
Perfect. Merchandise.
Yeah.
So Sam, buy those towels.
No.
Get the passion.
Never.
Have you ever eaten rum ham, Sam?
Yes. Good old rum ham.
Oh, that's good. Rum ham's brilliant. You'll love rum ham.
I don't like ham and I like rum.
Yeah.
So there's no reason I wouldn't like
exactly.
rum ham.
That's what you need.
It's one of the best episodes.
It's one of the ones I remembered vividly.
But yeah, again, with community, I remember every episode. almost to a dangerous level.
Tell me some of the good ones in season 4.
So I mean, people hate on the puppet episode
with good reason.
But I've got a weakness for anything puppets, so I really like it.
It's really good. It's good puppetry, and it certainly could have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
I think it's just it didn't have that community charm to it.
No, I know what you mean. I'm gonna have to look up series 4 now because again, it all melds.
So it was just the one then.
No, isn't it? It melds into one thing for me. Like I can't place them into series.
I quite enjoyed the Hunger Deans.
The Hunger Deans.
Just the introduction.
A bit where
because
I was like,
that's brilliant.
I can't remember what word he's saying, but he brings them through the entire college holding one word. But I can't remember what it is. Welcome to the, and he just brings this group of people all the way through the college, and then just ends on that. So it's good, 30 seconds. I'm trying to think.
You're gonna look it up, and you're gonna realise there's none.
No, I'm gonna. Right, there's the one. The second episode is the one where they're in Pierce's house, and it's like a Scooby-Doo episode.
Uh-huh.
I like that episode. That one's funny. Oh, the Space Time Convention. There's the Matt Lucas's cameo, Inspector Space Time Convention. That's a great episode because it's just taking the piss out of Doctor Who fans, so I like it.
The subplot in that episode is remarkably weak.
Well, yeah, Jeff's whole Annie Jeff pretending that she's married to him is a bit creepy.
Yeah, and out of character.
Yeah,
that's what annoyed. I think most people about season 4 is that characters just didn't feel consistent. It felt like they came up with good ideas and had to force characters into it rather than good ideas coming from character.
Intro to Knots. I like Intro to Knots. That's the one with Malcolm McDowell. They pulled some fucking cameos in series 4, to be fair. Not Malcolm McDowell. I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the one where they all realised they're heroic. I like that episode where they realise they all they're in the mall.
Oh, the origin story.
The origin story. That one's good. I like that one.
No.
I really like that one.
I'm not a fan.
And the Freaky Friday one, where Troy and Arbed swap places.
Again, not a fan.
Or pretend to. No, I like that episode as well. I really like. You know what? Jim Rash wrote that episode. Well done, Jim. The Dean wrote that episode.
What, Freaky Friday?
Yeah.
I felt like it was a bit weak.
I really like series 4. I think that it's not the best series, but I like it.
No.
But I'm very much a person who will look over problems just because I like something.
I'll still watch it. I
do that all the time.
If I do a run through of Community, I will watch season 4.
Of course, yeah, it can be weird.
I will include season 4. And I can't say that about a lot of things. No, that's not true.
No, I watch every TV show I like. I just watch.
If I watch the Bond films, I'll watch Quantum of Solace.
Yeah, I don't skip things. I don't think that's weird.
Yeah.
Even if it's the weakest, it's still the show you like.
If you love something, you love it.
It's still a show you like, even if it's not the best of it. You still get enjoyment out of it. So.
Yeah, because nothing is perfect.
Exactly. You take everything with its ups and downs.
And on that note.
On that deep note, we have our final list.
Have you got some maths to do?
I know I've done it. I did it while you were talking about Sunny because we
normally talk about things we've missed.
Yeah, but I had nothing to contribute in It's Always Sunny, so I sat here and did it.
No. Oh.
But you can quickly do it if you want.
I've got something.
We can do it as well.
Well, I thought of it, and then I thought, I don't know if it's American or UK, or if it's even a sitcom, but it made me laugh. And that was Good Omens.
Good Omens.
I don't think that is.
Not a sitcom.
Yeah, it's not. It's
not a sitcom.
No.
It's funny, but it's not a sitcom.
Yeah.
I was worried I'd forgotten about
that. I don't know if it's American or.
I think it was a joint venture.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes the best of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which works well sometimes.
Which is why it's mostly British.
Yeah. Actor-wise, yeah. And setting as well. It's also set in the UK.
Yeah. Maybe it is British.
I think it's British, but with American money because it's Amazon, isn't it? Is it Amazon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
American
So it's
money,
British with American money, which is always a good way of doing things.
Tinged with green. That's what we say.
Yeah.
What were you missing, David?
What was I missing? I wasn't missing anything.
The huge thing, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
Rick and Morty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which I have a huge soft spot for, but less and less the more I go on.
Yeah.
I thought about it as soon as I was like, oh, fuck. And I was like, no, it doesn't crack top 5, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, Big Mouth nearly made it on for me.
Mm-hmm.
But that swapped it out. There was another one that could have made it for me. Cheers again might have made it. Yeah. MASH was something I considered.
All the ones that I crossed off, we ended up talking about.
Okay, that's good.
I had Brooklyn Nine-Nine on my shortlist. I had Scrubs on my shortlist. And I briefly talked about The Good Place.
So your opinions have been validated.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Which is good. It's nice to know people agree with you.
That's a nice way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Apart from The Good Place, which is criminally underrated.
I've watched the first 2 series. And now other things got in the way. Other things happened in my life. Mainly Community came back onto Netflix. That's what happened.
Well, the only thing that kept me coming back the only thing that kept me coming back to it was how good the first 2 seasons are. Okay. It never really reaches that high. The story progresses at lightning speed, and the finale is.
Maybe I'll just leave it at series 2 and then watch the finale. Just skip.
No, it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know.
You have to have earned that finale, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And it's never bad. It's just weaker.
Okay.
Like, what's going on? What's this?
Come on.
Do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam, anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll probably think of like 10.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you'll be in bed tonight and you'll fucking ream off a whole different top 5 list, but that's not important. We're here now.
I'm very happy that nobody mentioned The Big Bang Theory.
Good, yeah, right. Now you have them. See what you've done? I'm going to edit that out now because you've said the words.
You don't have to edit it out.
You've tainted it.
I'm saying I'm glad that it wasn't.
Yeah, I know, but you still said the words in relation to this topic, which is not good. Someone could misconstrue that. Someone could now edit.
Recorded, Sam threatened to put it on his list. I think he thought better.
But in theory now, David, someone could edit this podcast themselves.
Sorry, did you say theory?
You can use the individual words. Okay, in hypothetical, someone could edit this now of your voice and have you pick The Big Bang Theory and me now. See what you've done for every choice. And I wouldn't put it past Big Bang Theory fans because they're bastards.
They are somewhat rabid, yes.
Horrible things. So
yeah. I think the worst kind of Big Bang Theory fan for me is the one that goes, "Oh, it's all right though, isn't it?" I'm like, no,
it's not.
It's damaging.
Yeah, it's negative. It's creating a negative energy in the world. It's making everything a little bit worse.
Which is a shame because. Sorry.
I've watched probably 4 seasons of it, and it was fine. But then it seemed to get worse the more popular it got.
Yeah, because it got more popular, it had to cater to more people.
And by catering to more people, it just meant repeating the same jokes over and over and over again.
We know you love it when he says bazinga.
Yeah, we'll keep doing it. Oh, don't you hate it when they can't? Don't you hate it when they're awkward around women? Oh, we're going to do that more.
Yeah.
I do have a mug, actually, that says bazinga on it. For Christmas.
You have merch from the Big Bang Theory, but not from your favourite sitcom.
I don't use it as a mug. I use it as like my washing detergent. So it just has washing detergent in it.
We have news from Callum.
Oh.
He was watching Godfather Part 1 and 2 and forgot. Which is the most Callum thing I think I've ever heard in my life.
It is.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Should we go through the list?
Let's round it off. Top 5. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's find out.
Number 5. Sam's going to be happy because it's Parks and Recreation.
Wow.
That being in second place, because of our list, we're very similar, David.
Really?
Meant that meant the top three ours was the same,
yeah.
just alternated around pretty much.
We've had a lot of cross contamination in our list.
With 4 points.
Yep.
Parks and Recreation. Number 4 with 7 points. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Nice.
That's number 4.
How did it get 7 points?
Because 6 points.
Okay.
6 points. Doesn't matter. Doesn't change anything.
Sorry, not to question your.
No. I made a mistake. Thank you.
Okay. Just feels really petty to say, oh no, it got 1 less point.
Even though it doesn't change its position.
Deserves that extra point.
Number 3 is Community with 8 points. Number 2 is The Simpsons with 10 points. The bonus points, that wouldn't have been. It would have been. Let me have a look.
Well, it would have been 4 points less, so it would have been tied with It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, it would have.
Oh, I've shot myself in the foot.
A little bit. So the bonus points really saved that one. And then number 1, no surprise, because we've all got it on our actual list.
Yeah.
Is Arrested Development with 11 points.
Good. Happy with that.
What? Yeah, a solid list.
Good
The
list.
top 3 are my top 3 in the right order. So.
Yeah, so you pretty much.
I'm fine with that.
You know exactly what's up.
That makes up for the top 5 space films that didn't feature any of my.
Any of yours, yeah. You've really.
That was some bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna forget realizing that.
That was funny when that happened.
That was great.
Lovely. So that's it. They are the top 5 American sitcoms. If you're bored, all of these are available on streaming services. So enjoy them. If you haven't seen any of them, go and watch them because they are all available in some form.
And they're all good.
And they're all top quality.
Yeah,
that I'm aware of.
We haven't talked about any bad sitcoms for a change.
And no pretentious stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is. I know, I dare say, from what I know of Callum, his would have only made the top 3. No, Sonny would have done a bit better.
Yeah, Sonny would have done better.
It would have been a similar list. I think he would have agreed with us on most.
I think Community might have jumped up a space.
Maybe. But he also loves Arrested Development. Tell you what, the Russo brothers have done very well out of this.
They have.
But they're doing fine. They don't need any more. They're doing just dandy.
They've made all the money.
Yeah.
And now they're making. Yeah.
That's why I really want them to come back to do the Community movie. I just want them to jump completely back down again.
Honestly, that would be fantastic.
It would be great if they.
The trailer would focus on that.
Yeah, definitely.
From the directors.
Which is
the biggest film of all time.
Yeah, it would.
That'd be amazing. I'd watch that.
Yeah. What I found out is they also Justin Lin directed some of the early Paintball episodes as well. The director of Fast and Furious. Yeah. That was such a ground for such talent. So much talent came out of that show that we just didn't expect.
Ludwig
Göransson. Donald Glover, not to fucking mention, who's become like the most talented man on the earth.
Gambino,
yeah. Jim Rash won an Oscar while the show was still on. Like, madness. But never mind. Moving on. Yeah, that's it. Have a lovely time.
That's the top 5.
Goodbye, everyone. I don't know why I've done that.
No, you're out. That's your outro.
Yeah, if we just do a freeze frame, let's try and do it. And I'll put music in. It's not going to work.
Thank you for listening to this episode of whatever we've been doing here at Rap Party HQ. We'd like to thank Sam Sargent for supplying the score. To hear the full tracks and more music of the same ilk, feel free to head to soundcloud.com/Sam Sargent and tell him Rap Party sent you, preferably not at gunpoint. While on the internet, it'd help us out if you liked us on Facebook, followed us on Twitter, and kept an eye out for further episodes. Thanks once again for listening, and that's a wrap.